Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by TRIUMPH Ministries.
All right. Hello, everyone. It is time to have our chat about this great 90-Day Fiance show. Welcome back, the wonderful team here, Dustin and Aaron. How y'all doing?
How y'all doing?
Dustin, I am wonderful. Let's bring Jonathan in. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan. How you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
We're doing good.
We are good. Let me tell you, Jonathan. When I sent this, uploaded all this information, like 10 minutes till.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yes, it's kind of late, so I thought maybe something happened to her.
I told Dustin he's going to have to start calling me to remind me. I have so much stuff going on. But you guys, let's have this conversation about 90-Day Fiance. Y'all, 90-Day Fiance.
I'd like to start with Jasmine and Gino if I could.
Yes, Dustin. Please.
I don't think that's going to last. And the reason I say that is because he wasn't very happy about her getting the butt implants on the show. And I have a feeling that she's hiding a lot of stuff away from him, and he doesn't know about it. So we're going to find about that. But I don't think that's going to last because she's hiding a lot of stuff away from him.
Yeah, and you know what? Jasmine knows what she's doing. It's not like she's sneaking. She knows what she's doing. She knows Gino he's going to be mad, but he's going to get over it. So, she knows what she's doing. Put $10,000, $15,000 into her butt?
$10,000, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of high myself. I really think that's pretty high. $10,000 for butt implants.
Yeah, and she said she got $2,000 from her ex. So I don't know if that went towards the food.
See, that's what I'm saying, Jonathan. She didn't tell him that part. She just told him about the $10,000. But she's still hiding a lot of stuff, and we're gonna find about later this season. So
Exactly. Aaron, what's your thoughts?
I really felt bad for Gino in this scene because he was all relaxing. He thought he did something romantic for her. And that's the moment she decided to tell him. At least when he told his bombshell, he did it over a nice not a nice breakfast, but a breakfast. Not out in front of strangers. I felt like she did that maybe so he wouldn't make a scene because there were other people in the room. And he is self-conscious in the past about other people watching them. So I thought it was good that first he did tell them to leave the room or asked very nicely to the people giving the massage. I thought that showed real growth in Gino this season so far because he has not done that in the past, and then he always feels embarrassed by it. So I felt like he made it so it was level for him, and I was proud of him for that moment. And then she was wrong, and she was still keeping secrets, and instead of just forgiving her right away, which he's done in the past, and then grinding about it, he was honest with his feelings. So I thought Gino in this scene had really shown growth.
Yeah, he did. But Jonathan. So Gino and Jasmine. Jasmine wants to remodel the whole house. Oh, y'all say hello to Robin. I'm sorry about that. Hey, Robin.
Hi, Robin. How you doing,
Hey, Robin.
Thanks for joining us this
Hey. Yes, thank you so much, Robin, for being here. Look at Aaron's cute picture. I cannot. It's just so cute.
Well, I was in front of a Tiana sign, so I love my Tiana.
Yes.
I love your picture, Aaron. As long as
I know. Aaron's saying, Robin's saying smooches to everyone. She said, hey, Dustin. Hey, Regina.
Hey, Robin.
Saying hey to everyone. She said, I have skeeved by Jasmine and Gino. Mostly Jasmine, though. She also said the money that she allegedly spent on those butt implants was very much not worth it. So
yeah, that was very uncalled for. That $10,000 was.
listen, and Jasmine, I don't think counts Gino money. She just spends it. She don't care.
Yeah.
Well, because she thought he still had a job, but see, he didn't share that with her before that. Then I think he should have shared that with her before she even came there, and she wouldn't have done it that way. She felt bad about that after the fact, but it still doesn't make it any different to me because she should have knew about that before all of that.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Aaron.
And I thought another point to what Dustin was saying, yes, she maybe wouldn't have been as selfish putting those butt implants if he had been honest about the home. It doesn't sound like he told her a whole lot about the home and didn't share pictures about their house. Had she known what condition she was going to, that may have changed things too. Priorities for her may have changed. So there's also
agreed.
Well, I think they're all. I think both of them are in the wrong, but I think that he should have done a better job telling her that before she came here.
Absolutely.
So go ahead, Jonathan. What's your thoughts? Hey, reality or Krista Marie. Let me drop this link for you if you want to come up. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Hey, reality. So here's my thing with Jasmine. Although I enjoy Jasmine is very, very entertaining. I love to hear her talk. She's a wild child, to be honest. And I think Gino understood what he signed up for. I don't think he really understands how to maneuver with it. I don't think he really understands the minutia of being in a relationship with a beautiful woman who's just using you for your money. And I believe he knows that she's just using him for his money. Although I do find it interesting that she does seem to be romantically interested in him. I don't know if that's an act or if, I don't know if that's actually true, if she's actually brought herself to actually fall in love with this man. So that would be an interesting thing. The thing is, I don't know if Gino feels the same about Jasmine. I think I said this last week. I don't know if Gino really loves Jasmine the way Jasmine sees and loves him.
I don't think he does. I don't.
You don't think Gino loves Jasmine?
No, not to the point where she not like she does.
She seems to be a little more invested in the relationship. I don't know if that's because she has more on the line. I don't know if that's because she has a family back in Panama who she's, trying to get over to America using Gino's money. So I don't know if that's what's helping her love for him. But he has nothing on the line. He's not sacrificing anything for her. She's sacrificing a lot for him. So it is what it is.
No, I think if he started sacrificing a lot of stuff for him, then that they would be more happier. But he's just, to me, she's putting all the work in, and he's not really doing much. He's just supporting her. He doesn't even know about that because he's trying to hide it all.
And that's all I see. All I see is him supporting her. I don't see him putting any other type of romantic effort into the relationship. At least that's just what I see.
Well, I'm going to come up to Aaron after I read Robin's comment. Robin says, do we believe that the Jasmine Gino story is real? She does not. So she's agreeing with you guys.
I do not. I do not.
Jasmine, Aaron, what's your thoughts about Jasmine and Gino?
I do believe it's real because first, I think she tried to talk Gino into just moving to Panama to be with her. So I don't think
she did do that part. I will give her that.
Because for a long time, because Jonathan, they were on the other
90
days before the 90 days.
Okay.
And she really wanted to stay where she was at and have him move. So I do think that it is love on her side because she did try to have him move to her country. She didn't want to move to the States, but if she moved to the States, the understanding was that her family would come too. Her family is extremely important to her. So that's another element to the story was if she made the compromise to come to him instead of the other way, then her family would have to come. So I do not want her judged on that just because we know the backstory a little bit, because I really do feel for her in those moments, and I've seen a lot of blogs attacking her, and I was like, no, you people didn't watch the other season. She didn't want to come.
Okay. All right. So hey, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
And I do agree. I don't think Gino is as invested into Jasmine as Jasmine is to her. But that's what we see. And Gino has said he has a hard time showing his affection. So I'm giving a little bit of grace.
Yeah, for
we
now.
appreciate that.
They've been on here a long time. So Robin says her internet is acting up. So once she gets that together, we'll just leave her beautiful picture up here. Okay. So Robin said there is a part of me that believe that Jasmine is in process of changing her presentation. Ooh. Well, that's a thought. Now I'm gonna say this. I think Jasmine may be infatuated with Gino. I don't know if that's the same term
I
you
do
would
agree. I
for
do
in
agree with that,
love with
Regina.
someone. Yeah, I'm not
Hmm.
sure she's truly in love, but I think
I
she's
don't think she is,
infatuated.
but I do agree with what you said earlier.
Yeah, I think she's infatuated with Gino because of what he can do for her
Mm-hmm.
and how she can control him. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's part of her infatuation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with him. Now she is very sexually active, and
Mm-hmm.
like Jonathan said, she wants to do these things with him. So I think, listen, she told Gino that she messed with her ex-boyfriend when they were in a confessional fighting, and so I think that's just Jasmine's thing. She just loves to play in the hay, you know.
But see,
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine seems like the
She,
type of person who would want to control her man, but
Yeah.
Gino doesn't seem like the type that will allow a woman to control him. And she's going
no,
to
that's
find a
that.
hard
Yeah.
time trying to get him to do certain things that he doesn't want to do
Okay.
because he's a grown man. And just because, I have you on my arm doesn't mean I have to bow to your every whim. I don't have to do everything that you ask me to do. And I think Jasmine's going to come to a point to where she's going to ask him to do something for her, and he's not going to be willing to do it. And that might be her breaking point.
Just like I
Well,
said last. Just
go
like I
ahead.
said. Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Dustin. Go ahead, Dustin.
Just like I said last week. I think that she's doing this to get her green card, and I think when the green card comes in, she ain't gonna be with him.
Y'all say hello to Robin. Robin, you there? Okay, her beautiful picture is there, and she's trying to get it together. Keep trying, Robin. Keep trying. Come on now. Come on, Robin. We're rooting
Don't
for
get
you.
sick.
I want to hear what Robin has to say. Oh my goodness, I love her wisdom and stuff like this. But I think with Gino and Jasmine, they have been down so many roads where we thought Gino was going to walk away, and he stayed. With the prenup, he gave in.
Yeah, me
With
too.
other stuff,
I thought he
and
was gonna walk away a long time ago.
but he stayed. So I think Gino's thing is he knows Jasmine is a beautiful woman, and he knows really that Jasmine was really probably somebody that would be considered out of his league.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's part of the reason why he's also holding on to her and trying to give her the world, is because he knows she's that level of woman that he probably never imagined he would actually be with. But the problem is when people get like that, like with Gino's a nice guy. I really think Gino's a good guy, but his own insecurities about himself makes him the victim of people like Jasmine.
I do
And
agree with that.
I think Jasmine is also looking for real love. She's been hurt before. And I think she holds so much of her hurt from her past
Mm-hmm.
that she just lashes out. And I don't know. But you know what? I'm going to say this. I don't even think the two of them were even separated. I think they're going to stay together and just argue it out and just, live their life. I think, that's my thought.
Yeah, I do agree
Regina,
with
you were
that.
saying that he's a victim of Jasmine. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, I think he's a victim. When I say a victim of Jasmine, I think because he knows Jasmine is so beautiful that what some people do is they're like, oh, she's so gorgeous, so I'm gonna, do whatever so I can keep her.
Right. And here's my thing concerning that point.
Okay.
When you're in a situation like this where you have Gino who knows what he looks like, he knows he's not the sexiest man alive, he knows what type of woman he could get on his own accord, minus the money, minus the lavish things that he can do for them. So when you get into a relationship like this where you are literally supporting your significant other and they are on the beauty scale up a couple notches other than you, to me, I feel like that takes out the word victim. victim because you know what you're signing yourself up for,
that's
because
a
you
good
know what the situation is between y'all. You know good and goddamn well you would not be with this person if you did not have the bank account that you had. So to me, that takes victim out of it. I can't feel sorry for you when I know you know what's up.
Yeah. I like that, Jonathan. I like that.
I do agree with that, Jonathan. Thank you for saying that.
I like that. Robin said, I endorse a shadow feed. I would love to see these couples kind of like they do Big Brother After Dark. I don't want to believe all of what they show us. And I get that. Yeah, you want to see what happens when the cameras are off. She said, that little engine that could. I ain't a train. And she also said, at what point do we have the discussion about what kind of match Gino and Jasmine represent? That's what Jonathan was just saying.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, Jonathan. I do agree with that.
And Robin also said Gino is a victim of his fantasy sort of realized. Okay.
I can see that. I can see that a little bit.
Of his own fantasy. Hey, Ty. Look to me, Tanya.
Latoya.
Hey, Latoya.
Girl, don't come for me in the comments, Latoya, girl. I had a busy day.
Me too. I had a rough day, so I guess we're all in the same boat.
That's what we all on here today, on panel today. She's saying hello. She's saying, Aaron's saying hello to Latoya. Says, hello, beautiful Latoya. I love Latoya. You guys, so look. I knew she was gonna come. Look. Hey, who?
I knew your name. I'm just saying.
Aaron,
I had it. Don't come for me. I love you.
I think Ron had a rough day. Where you apologize?
Latoya, you know I love you, girl. Oh my gosh. Please don't come for me. I'm gonna see you Saturday, though. I'm gonna see you Saturday. So look, I love her. Look, she's in the comments. She said, hey, Aaron says. And Robin says, hey, she says, hi, my God, my God is
goodest.
My goodest sis Latoya.
Sorry, I got a cold, so I apologize.
No, you're okay. You're okay. And Latoya, I knew she was gonna come for me in these comments. Thank you, Reality, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. For Reality. And y'all remember to check out her channel. She is so good on her commentary on these shows.
Thanks for joining with Reality with Christy Marie. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, she goes in over there on these subjects over there. She said, Latoya says, I'm gonna get you Saturday too. Oh God. Oh Lord.
So you figure that out.
She's saying King Booski. Girl.
That's right. That's who I'm is.
That's who he is. Hey, Reality with Christy Marie. Y'all give her a big hello.
Hello. Hey, thanks for joining.
Hey. You can see me. I'm not waving, but I'm waving. You can't see me, I'm waving. Okay. No, I thought I was a member. I don't know what happened. I think I must have missed it. I don't know.
Yeah, you were the first ever member. I was the second. You were the first.
All right, hold on.
Okay. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. Girl, what do you have to say about Gino and Jasmine?
I actually agree with everything that you all say because I agree with Jonathan. He knows what he's getting himself into. I believe Gino loves his money more than he loves. I mean, he loves Jasmine. I think he's obsessed with Jasmine, but his money is way more important to him because he don't have sex with her when she spends his money. Remember, back in Panama, that's what he said. He goes, I can't get into this. Like, he was just very upset because she was just, but she got that apartment and it was ever expensive. She just kept buying, you know how she is.
Mm-hmm.
He gets, and it really bothers him, but he doesn't have the voice. Like, he doesn't have the backbone to keep up with his, stick to his bottom line with her not spending money. Like, look what she did to him. She spent $10,000 on her butt.
Yeah.
I thought it was nothing. Like, it was nothing. Like, he would have another 10 grand just to hand her.
Right.
$10,000.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with that losing that job, and he's going crazy because he lost his job and he don't know how he's gonna support himself, let alone support her on top of it. So since he lost his job, he's going crazy.
But he didn't lose the job. He walked away from it. He walked away from the job.
I feel like he has.
I forgot about it. He walked away from the job, but I think he's going crazy. But like you said, he can go back at any time. He can go back to work as far as I'm concerned at any time. So
they don't need
Reality.
They don't need to be spending every time. They don't need to spend every minute together. They fight too much for that. I think he needs to work because they cannot be around each other 24/7.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, Krista. I do feel like it would be better for him if he went back to work because I feel like him being around Jasmine 24/7 is going to drive him nuts.
Yeah. He doesn't have
crazy.
that, but he also takes it from her constantly.
Right.
And he trembles when he talks to her. He trembles.
Yeah.
It's his team. I feel bad for him. I'm like, because I honestly, I have to, I mean, I'm the same. Listen, it's almost like watching me and my husband, to be honest with you. Like, you kind of have to be with your opposite. Like, I have a spending problem. And it's like, and I know it bothers him, like, but I can tell, like, he loves me more when I don't spend money. You know, like, I get it. You know what I mean? But, like, I feel like she loves him. I feel like she loves him with all his no hair and all his. I think she loves everything about him. I think that she wants to have that life there. I don't think she's using him. I'm a little upset with her. I understand why she can't bring her son here right away. But I mean, I just feel like she needs to chill with the spending of the money because we don't know what happened with his job. I feel like he thinks he should be, he would be okay. He walked away knowing he'd be okay. He mustn't have some kind of, whatever they call it. But
Krista, could you go in a little deeper when you say you don't think Jasmine is using him? Why do you say that?
Because I feel like she really, in the very beginning, I just felt like, and when you first see them, I'm like, she's using him, right?
Right.
But when they got together, I'm like, no, she really does love him. I could tell. Like, I just think she really did love him, or does love him. And I think maybe she just, and the money was okay. Like in the very beginning, I think it was both. Like maybe she wasn't sure. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like he's got money. Let me give it a chance. And I think she did fall in love with him. But remember in the very beginning what he did to her? Sent pictures of her naked boobies to his ex-girlfriend.
But you
guys, I seen that. That was
trying to brag. That's what he was doing. Go ahead, Aaron.
Well,
I can't believe it, but I agree with Krista. I really do think never happens. I think she is invested in him because she cares about his health. She wants him to exercise. We've seen in the past. She cares about him living a long, healthy life. Not just a long life. She wants him to be healthy. She's fought with him about what he eats, about what he puts into his body, about staying healthy. She wants him to take care of himself, and she wants to help motivate him in those ways. They talked about a little bit in this episode about Jonathan, about her walks and stuff. She would call him while she was walking and have him walk too.
Yeah.
Wow.
To make him healthier and stuff. And he lost a good amount of weight since he's been with her. Not a huge amount that you see on camera, but he did lose weight and stuff like that. And she got him off blood pressures and stuff, I think, allegedly. Like she helped encourage his health. Yeah. She is invested in him health-wise. So I think that is love.
That's a good point, Aaron.
She does care about his health a lot. Yeah, that's for sure.
What'd you say, Reality?
She had a good life in Panama. I mean, he was giving her a good life in Panama or wherever in Panama was it. And I do think
Panama City.
She would have preferred him to live there, I think. Because she was doing everything she wanted there. She had the place, the dog, she didn't have to work, her child, her family.
She did want him to move there. The only reason she moved here because she said something about the job.
She's got to get a hold on her anger and her spending, honestly, because I know what kind of problems it causes. And it really does stress my husband. It really does stress him out. It really does cause a lot of and I feel bad about it because, I feel really bad. But
she's so used to it that she ain't going to be able to get used to different changes.
She's going to have to.
You know what? I think she has calmed down a little bit because when Gino told her that he left his job, I thought she was going to fly off the roof.
Me too.
But she was very calm about it. She did say she's afraid, and she was very calm. And I liked it. I was like, okay, it looks like Jasmine is growing a little bit. She's maturing a little bit.
Yep.
And also, did you guys notice, like she said, she's doing her natural hair now, so she took out all the extensions.
Because they're expensive.
Yeah, she's saving money with that too. What do you think, Krista?
I agree because I was shocked because I knew her extensions were expensive and I know how that feels. Like that's my number one thing. So I was like, Jasmine, you're going to have to find a cheaper company. That's a lot. And I was really, and I know it. I love her hair. I like it.
I love her hair like that.
she looks completely different. She doesn't look like she got a lot of plastic surgery, but I hope she's done with that. And I hope that, like, I think she's ready to settle down and be in Minnesota or Milwaukee or wherever.
I can't remember where. I think he lived. I can't remember where he lives at now.
It's cold. It's cold. So
yeah, that's all we know.
I think he lives in.
I think it's Michigan. I'm pretty sure it's Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
One of the cold states with the letter M. So Robin said Jasmine brought the dog, but not her son to the U.S. She did, Robin. And here's what happened. Her son, the father is still there. And so she's got to get papers and everything, I believe, to bring
she's got to get a visa for the son.
Right. So she can't just bring the son just like that. She had to get her visa. Remember, she had to go to her appointments and all that stuff to pass her, what is it, her K1 thing that she had to do. So I believe
I think she's going to have a hard time with Gino not having a job and then trying to get a proof of that.
Gino did say he's got enough money for them to live comfortably. Now, he's been on that job 30 years, he said.
Right.
I've seen that, Juice, but I'm just saying, usually when you get a visa like that, usually they want a steady income for that kind of stuff.
Yes, because that's what Jasmine said. And then I'm going to come over to Aaron and then down to Jonathan. Jasmine said, why would you quit your job and not tell me? And she was like, I've got to bring my kids over here. And somebody needs to be, the sponsor needs to be working, needs to be employed for me to bring my kids. Go ahead, Aaron, your thoughts, and then I'll come down to Jonathan, and then we'll move on to the next couple.
I actually just had a question for Krista, because you said you're a lot like Jasmine and stuff. In the scene where they're getting the massages and stuff, we've talked a lot about how Gino reacted. How did you feel about how Jasmine reacted?
I mean, I was proud of, I was kind of proud of both of them because I really thought that was going to make it a breaker thing. I really didn't think that he was going to be okay with that. And then I saw him get upset, and then he's like, you got to just stop. And her reaction, I was shocked by both the reactions. I was proud of her, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
I really think that she felt bad. I don't like how, I wish she kind of, I mean, I don't know, I wish she didn't do it, but I mean, I also, she's calming down a lot, and I hope that she really is being a little bit more humble, because if you guys remember Larissa, a lot of times
I remember her Larissa and Cole.
They portray them to be gold diggers in the very beginning. They always kind of make them look like gold diggers, and then once they're here, you see them on pillow talk, and you see that they're really kind of not
they move around to different shows. They start from 90 Day Fiance, but then they'll jump over from 90 Day Fiance to Pillow Talk, and that's well, you're a lot different now than what you was on Pillow Talk, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You would never expect how people change, but people change.
They do.
Yeah.
Latoya, thank you so much for reminding everybody as you watch the video, click the thumbs up, click the like button, click the share. Come on now, get our numbers up. We're trying to get over 7,000. I think we're over 7,500 right now. Our next number, 8,000. Come on, 8,000 subscribers. All right.
I have a goal that might hit when I'd like to hit 1,000 by my birthday next year. So if I hit 1,000 by my birthday, that'd be nice.
That'd be real nice. That's right. Robin says yes, Michigan. Yeah, Dustin, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Robin says I never get the impression that Jasmine was anything but a solo deal. Ooh. A solo deal. Interesting. All right.
What do you mean by that, Robin?
She's out for herself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Out for herself. Now let's go back to Jonathan said real quick before we go to this next couple. Jasmine has not told Gino yet that she got $2,000 from the ex-boyfriend. Let me ask y'all this. What y'all think she had to do to get that $2,000 from the ex-boyfriend?
Ooh, I don't know, Regina, and it would not surprise me if it was what you were thinking. I would like to think that it wasn't for that, but something tells me it probably was, and that might be the main reason why she doesn't want to tell him. But I don't know, but that doesn't surprise me at all, to be honest. It didn't surprise me.
I think I know what it is, but I ain't gonna say it online.
I don't know, but when she said that, I was like, you and this ex-boyfriend now. I mean, he just gonna give you $2,000 Jasmine, and after you said that in a confessional about what you did, or, whether you lied, telling the truth, I don't know, Jasmine. I don't know. But I think Gino is going to be more upset that she got this money from the boyfriend than this conversation about the butt. Because here's how some men do. When you go to another man for something, and especially something like that, oh, Jasmine.
And we've already had issues with this guy.
Yes.
But we're lying about things and not being honest, completely honest.
Yes, yes. So let's go on to Rob. Let's go on to Rob and Sophie.
That's going to be an interesting. I got a lot of things to say about that couple.
Do y'all think that Rob has anger issues?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Dustin, and I'll come on down to Jonathan and then over to Krista and up to Aaron. Go ahead.
I think that she's gonna be going back to wherever she came from because she ain't gonna she don't like being with him so far, and I can tell that already. She's already talking about the past, so she's talking about the cheating past. So they ain't gonna last.
Jonathan, your thoughts?
Rob and his what is his girlfriend's name again? Sophie. So Rob and Sophie, they actually they tug at my heartstrings every time I see them. Because Sophie's I love people that are from England, and I believe she is from England. So I love to hear them talk. And so whenever she's talking and she has an issue with him doing this whole cheating, and I'm using air quotes, cheating thing, when he gets so upset with her, because of those little things that he does, I think he should take that, analyze it, and say, okay, let me make sure I don't do something like this again, so that this does not upset Sophie in the future, because you know how she feels about that. You know she's not going to let it go. So if she's not going to let it go, that means you don't need to do that again. And you need to understand why she feels that way. You need to understand why she keeps on bringing it up. She keeps on bringing it up because she does not trust you, Rob. And so you have to do things to make it so that she does trust you again.
Yes. I'm going to come on over to who did I say was going next?
Krista
Marie. Krista, what's your thoughts on Rob and Sophie?
Oh boy. Oh, Rob, you're a knob, my friend. Grow up, because he's toxic. He needs to grow up.
Yes,
because he does have anger issues. The reason she keeps bringing it up because you keep shutting her down, dude, and saying that he didn't do anything wrong, and then he turns around and he throws something in her face like, oh, well, you did this.
Exactly.
She's like, oh, he's like, well, I don't know that. She's like, well, I told you. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't let her. He's not letting her talk about it. And you know what? That stupid proposal was not any fairy tale. She does need a bathroom. Like, dude, go. I hope her mom comes over here and sets him straight. Ooh. He is so immature, and she doesn't know how to take it. Do you see her face when he yells at her?
Yes.
She thinks that she really feels like she did something wrong.
Yes.
He makes her feel like she's done something wrong, and she's afraid. She like walks on eggshells around this guy who should be treating her like, you don't even have a bathroom. Oh, we're going to talk about this every day. Yeah, we're going to talk about this every day. Get a bathroom. 99% of the world has a bathroom, my friend.
He has
a bathroom, but he has an outhouse.
He's toxic, and her mom needs to come over here and shut him down. And they shouldn't be engaged. They don't even know what finger the ring goes on. What did they think they were doing for 90 Day Fiance? Did they not think that they had to get engaged? Why do you not know that you want to? That's another thing. What did they think they were doing over here? Because we got married. So why are you not even knowing what you didn't know he was going to ask you to marry him? I'm so confused.
TLC casting didn't do a good job for that couple.
No, they're so confused. They don't even know how to get married. I don't even think they know what to do. I think they like to have sex with each other. That's what I think. I think they're confusing lust with love. Absolutely.
There you go. My husband has so much to say about these two when I was watching the show. Well, I'm going to come over to Aaron before I give my part. Aaron, what's your thoughts on Sophie and Rob? I know I saw in your chat you love Sophie. I do love Sophie too.
Me too. I love her.
I think Sophie
so sweet.
Yeah.
I love Sophie. The one thing that really stood out to me this week was when they were talking about apartments and stuff, and he immediately went, "You should ask your family for money." Yeah. And then she told her backstory a little bit, and I really enjoyed that. She said that she hasn't depended on her parents for years. She pays for her own stuff, even though he said previous episodes that her parents or her grandfather was paying for her apartment and stuff like that, and that's how she could afford it, which she said is not true, because this is the first time we've heard her story that she hasn't depended on them for years, because it's a confidence thing and it's a maturity thing. And she's 23 years old and she knows that, and he said it a couple times in this episode about asking her family for money, which made me think, I don't think high of him anyway. And if there was lower, he went lower on my book, because he was like,
he's all the way down to the bottom for me.
So you should be 34 years old or 30. You're in your 30s, man.
Yeah.
You need to be respectful when you talk about your apartment. You need to be respectful when you talk about your future in-laws. You need to be respectful about her feelings. Whether or not you think your apartment is great, you are not respecting her feelings coming to you. You're like, we're not going to talk about it every day. That's not respectful to the woman you are in love with.
Because he's not doing anything about it. He's not giving her anything back. Of course you're going to keep talking about it, because you're not giving her anything back. You're not giving her, you're not solving an issue. You're not compromising. You're shutting her down. Constantly shutting her down. And you said he's in his 30s?
Yeah, I think my husband said he's 33. I think he's 33.
They should know what ring. They should know better. I'm sorry. Like, come on.
Krista is going to get them for this
I
ring.
thought they were like 21, 22, 23.
She's 23.
Well, that makes
and
sense.
He's like a decade older than her.
He needs to have an apartment with a goddamn bathroom.
I'm pretty sure he's 36.
What is he doing with his life? Why doesn't he have a bathroom?
Yeah, he's 32 and she's 23.
That shocks me. Sorry, dude.
So Robin said this. She said, trust is the least of their issues. He doesn't have indoor plumbing. My grandmother didn't either until my dad and aunt hooked her up in the 1970s. 1970s. And Robin also said, Rob does not have anger issues. His problem is that he is not in touch with reality or the current century. Now, I would say this. I had a couple of issues with Rob. One thing, okay, when they were out walking on the beach and she looked in his phone and he's like, why are you all up in my phone? And she's like, I'm not in your phone, but Sophie, you were in his phone and you had every right to be in his phone because y'all were in a relationship. So she did not want to confess, yeah, I'm in your phone. Sophie, I need you to get your ethnic part, that sister part.
Right.
I need you to bring that part out with the neck turning and yeah, I'm in your phone and what? I need you to get that part, Sophie, because she had every right. And Rob said, oh, it's just some girl I follow. I like stuff like this on social media and I follow stuff like this. And she did not like what she saw. So when he said, I like to follow stuff like this, and it's about some girl who's in a Dora outfit. And I'm like, Rob. So come on. And then he immediately deflected. Like Krista Marie said, he deflected and went to her. Oh, well, what about you? You do this. So when she calls him out, he deflects. And people like that deflect are not owning their own stuff and probably won't ever own their own stuff because they always throw a deflection on her.
Yep.
Even when she said, I like these houses, remember when we were in Mexico and we stayed on the beach and, these houses here in California are beautiful. He's pulls out his stories. Yeah, they're running for $25,000 a month, $30,000 a month and so forth. And she's like, oh, and he's like, oh, she's like, I would like to have a place like this. And he's like, oh, you got money? You gonna pay it? I'm like, she's in your country. And she said, I can't even work right now. So instead of him being a man to say, listen, baby, that's our goal. We're going to go for something like that. That's our dream. This is something that we can go towards. We can work towards. Together, we're going to do it. He just immediately deflects and dumps it on her. Well, where's your part? You putting money in on this? So, the immaturity of Rob. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, okay, so now you got the house with no bathroom. And I don't even know what place in California have this building that has a shared bathroom. I have not seen that in my days of property management. But she got to go outside through the courtyard and go to the bathroom. I hope they use the money that they're getting from this show to find a place with a bathroom. She's a beautiful girl, and I don't want nothing to happen to her. I'm just saying that.
Exactly.
Rob needs to understand he's got a jewel on his hand. And I'm like Aaron, I love Sophie even more when she had the conversation about her parents and how she didn't want to ask them for money, and she don't want to continue to ask them for money. She wants to do things on her own. It shows independence. It shows her strength. It shows goals that she has in life. Those are some of the things that I think Rob needs to learn from Sophie. She's got goals. She's got ambition. She's got dreams. She's trying to do things to go toward those things. Rob, what are you doing?
We don't even know. What is he doing? Dancing? What's he do?
I don't even know what Rob does. When I first saw him, when the first episode came, and I was like, why is this cute guy still single? Now I know.
Right? He's so for.
Now I know. Go ahead, Krista Marie, and then I'm gonna come over to Jonathan.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good on him. He's just he needs this. He's in his 30s. I'm sorry. He can't change. I don't think he can. He's just got something wrong. Like he's just so insecure about the things that she doesn't really care about. She doesn't care that he's broke. She just wants a bathroom. She's not spoiled because, like you said, she worked. So he portrayed her that way. And in his head, that's his problem. To me, these are all Rob problems. These aren't Sophie problems, And I feel bad that she's got to put up with his toxic ass at 30-some years old. She should get a mature guy at 30 years old. You're 23.
And she's beautiful. She's beautiful and she's smart. She should be able to get anybody.
Well, I'm going to call Tom Schwartz up and say, yo, go get my girl.
Tom Schwartz.
I like Schwartz. I think I'm like, yo, go get my girl, please.
Tom.
He's single.
Oh my God.
We got to get him off. He's on Sandoval's podcast, and it's a shame. He's like a hanger-oner. It's so bad.
Really? Hey, Justin, my sweet man.
I binged it today. It's actually pretty
damn. Justin.
That is so funny. She's all right, you guys, let's talk about this next one before we head out of here, y'all. Let's talk about this one right here. What is going on with Ashley and her man?
I don't think they're gonna. I think they're all gonna fall apart at the end of the season. I really do. I just think I think they're gonna fall apart because he's just not happy with her at all.
You don't think so?
No, I do not.
To be honest, Ashley and Manuel are actually my favorite couple of this season of 90 Day Fiance. And I say that because I see the most genuine love between them when they're talking to each other, when they're in each other's presence, when he had that conversation with his mother. And Ashley said, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all have this conversation. This is the conversation between the mother and the son. Yeah. So let me go ahead and exit the room. And so Ashley really loves.
I like him as a. Hope they get the best.
Hold on, Dustin. Let's let Jonathan finish. Go ahead, and then I'm gonna come back to you, Dustin.
Yeah, I you can tell that Ashley truly does love Manuel. She loves this man, and I believe Manuel really loves Ashley as well. I don't think he would have come to America if he didn't see a future with her. I don't know exactly what the future is going to behold for them because he's typically working out in Ecuador. And so he's typically the one that is supporting his family. And I don't know what he's doing out here in America, but I do have, I hold them in the highest regard out of all the couples because I see true love between these two. When she's talking to him in Spanish, when they're communicating, you can tell the love that they have for one another. I just love to see them together and I hope the best for them.
I love it. Go ahead, Dustin.
I hope the best for them as well, but I just see a lot of changes that need to be made with all of these couples. Just not them, but a lot of these they get used to being where they're from, but they're not used to being in America, especially if they don't live here to begin with. So I think that a lot of changes need to be made.
Oh, and one more thing with Ashley and Manuel, compared to the other couples, it seems like their issues and problems are a lot smaller than the ones that the other couples are dealing with, at least in my opinion. And that's, again, why I feel like they're probably going to be the ones to make it because they've got little issues. Just a dog that's sleeping in the bed. Okay, the dog can't sleep in the bed no more because Ashley got her man in the house right now. So, it's just smaller things that they have to deal with and that they can actually work through.
Yeah. Erin said she really enjoyed getting to know Ashley. Emmanuel, I still have questions, but they are sweet together. And she also said, love Emmanuel gave in the dog for Ashley. Yeah, he gave in. That dang on dog was in the bed and she was not giving up. I don't know, Paco or whatever his name was. Robin said, Ashley and Emmanuel belong in the Elmer J. Fudd subcategory. Too far from reality. Robin, I need to get your Wi-Fi working so you can.
Right? I got it. I love it. I love that. Yeah.
She said an elbow fun. Hey, Jennifer, Light of a Leo. She said, I'm over here scrolling on Facebook and got nervous. Have a great show, y'all.
Oh God.
Church news. No, you're good. You're good. Robin said, what? He fled Ecuador. He's so low. Él está un fuerte. Yes, he is.
I have questions about him. I do have questions though still. Like he's got 2 adult children or something, or teen children.
Teen children, I think he said.
I thought he was like, how old is he? Like, he looks young to me.
But let me tell you this about Emmanuel. Okay,
Yeah.
so I kind of like the two of them together. I like how he always tells her, yes, my love, no, my love, my love, my love, my love. That's a good sign when a person does it. I like that. I like, again, like Aaron said, he gave in with the dog, it lets him know that she's more important than this issue with the dog. I like how he was respectful to her mom, respectful to the family. I like that. And he did get more brownie points from me, but he also got a big question mark also. When he was talking to his mom and he got off the phone and he was in his confessional and he says that they all look to him to take care of everything. They look for him for money. They look for him for everything. He's like the man in the family. And he's the one that's supposed to take care of his family. And I had a question mark with that because I thought, okay, are you doing this for the family or are you doing this for Ashley? But then he corrected it and he said it's time for him to be happy for himself.
Good.
Or in so many words, he said.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that. He's like, I've been doing this all my life, taking care of y'all, and I'm tired. I just want something for myself. So I like that. But it also lets me know this about Emmanuel that I like. If he's so keen to say, hey, I want to make sure that I can still help my family, send them money and stuff like that, it lets me know that he still cares about his mom. He's probably still going to care about Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like that. Now, him leaving and not telling his mom or any of the family that he was leaving, going to a whole nother country, that sent off like, what? Red flag? Why would you do that? Because then I'm thinking, would you do that same thing to Ashley?
I thought maybe he was married or something.
Something was going on. I'm like,
I thought maybe he was married or something. I don't know. Back there, like, or something, or like had a wife or like a baby mommy, or like was living with like a whole family and just didn't want to break up. Just said, look, it's too hard. I think it was too hard for him to tell his family he was leaving, right? And like he says, to be happy. They probably would have tried to stop him. I don't know. Who knows? Because they're like wondering, are you still going to be sending me? They're not going to be. He can't work, so they can't be. He's going to already not be supporting them the second he leaves. So maybe he was just like, I'm out. Like, you guys aren't really going to. You're going to like hold me back if I tell you I'm leaving. And I do believe he loves Ashley. I was worried in the beginning. I thought he was going to be controlling, but thank God he gave in. And like, I agree with Jonathan. I think their issues are so minuscule compared to, like Justin and Nina. I think her name. Justin.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about
we have issues. Like we got some real issues with the other ones. Like Gino and Jasmine, he needs to get a job because they can't be together 24/7. We want them to last. I want them to last,
Exactly. Robin said, ¿Cree que es necesario se habla en español? ¿Por qué? They don't make no sense.
They look funny together, but I mean, you can tell when he got off the plane and she realized that he was okay. And I was like, oh, it was only a panic attack because she was worried about him. I'm still confused about his age. I really did think he was a lot younger. Like, how do you not? But like, she's like, he's got 2 teenage kids. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, what? But now I understand why he didn't tell them. I really think he just wanted to like have his life, and I think they would have stopped him, right? And he can't support. I guess get supporting his mom. But like, you can't be supporting 20 other motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, you have Ashley. You might have kids. Who knows? Like, you might have some kids here. Like, you can't be like Chantal, family Chantal. We can't be doing that. Like, you need to support your life first.
That's coming back on November the 6th.
Oh, yeah, Robin said, hey, Jenacita.
Oh, I can't wait.
Also said, sí, él tiene una familia y su paz.
That's gonna be a crazy one.
It is because they're divorced, right, or something.
Yes.
Yeah, they're already divorced, but it's getting a lot worse.
I'm the unpopular opinion, but
the final. They said this is going to be the final, the family Chantel, the final one. Which we all were wondering what was going on.
Me too.
Aaron, you had something to say? Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, I actually think that Emmanuel and Ashley, I like them a lot. I'm very invested in them, but I actually think they have deeper problems than the others.
You do?
Yeah. A red flag to me was he left his teenage kids. They are not adults yet, he said. He left them, meaning he's not somebody who's dependable. He left them without telling them. He left them financially without telling them. That he said he was financially supporting them. He did not care enough about his children. You think he's going to care enough about Ashley? That was a red flag to me.
Ooh.
He has lack of communication, that they have had problems because he will not communicate. That to me is a deeper issue than most of the other couples, because Gino and Jasmine might be fighting, but at least they're saying what they're feeling. You're not saying what you're feeling. To me, that's a red flag.
Wow, Aaron, you put some pointers out there.
I didn't think of that.
I do agree that Emmanuel does seem like a very selfish person. He does things to make himself happy at the expense of others. I don't think it's to the degree that
acting up.
Oh,
hey, Robin. I'm not sure if it's to the degree, in my opinion, that you're saying, Aaron, but I do see the selfishness in the decision that he made to leave his entire family and not say anything. That's something that a selfish person does, that's doing something just for themselves, just to make themselves happy. I do see that.
You know, he could have just said, I'm going, and that's it. You're right. He could have said, I'm going, and just held his ground and just went instead of not saying anything. You're right, Jojo. Yeah, you're right.
And he's not a good communicator with Ashley while he's there. So we haven't seen him. I mean, we have seen him give in a few times. He did call his mother because Ashley pushed, and he did give in on the dog. I commend him for both those things. But he's not communicating his feelings either, and Ashley has complained about that. We haven't seen much of that because there hasn't been much of him talking. So those are all red flags to me, is what she's saying in her interviews. I'm taking a big thought about, because he's not talking so much.
But I do appreciate that there really hasn't been much pushback from Emmanuel towards Ashley. I don't know if that's because he might be intimidated by her. But I like the fact that when she does suggest things, he doesn't have any issues going along with it. I do like that, because again, they both seem like very controlling people. And so, and I said this last week, so I don't know if that's going to clash in the future. But I do love the fact that he doesn't give her much pushback. Like, we really don't see them arguing like we do with the other couples. And I think that's another one of the reasons why I said that I saw the love between them, because they really don't seem, at least on the surface, to have too many issues.
I'm just hoping that doesn't mean he doesn't care enough to fight.
Right.
That's my concern, is if he is that type of personality that he's telling us he is, and she's saying, and he's not speaking back, does that mean he doesn't care enough to speak back? Those are just concerns I have. That's why I'm still questioning him. I haven't put him in the bad box yet. I haven't put him in the good box. I have questions.
And I get that, Aaron, and we don't know a person until we don't know a person until we see how they handle conflict.
Well, wait a minute. Don't you guys remember what he said in his confessional to us?
What?
He said, I'm not her husband yet, but when I'm her husband, she's going to listen to what I say. He said that. He quietly confessed that to us, and that was my red flag with him, because he looked at us kind of like, I'm going to tell her, well, I'm not her husband, but I'm her husband. I'm going to be the man of the house. I'm going to tell her that, I'm going to, she's going to do what I said. Like, he seems like once they're married, he's going to really feel like he can control her.
Okay, so Robin said, I wonder how
bothered me.
Robin said, I wonder how Prince darling Nikki would fare here. And we're going to get into her right now. Let's go ahead and talk about Nikki. Let's talk about Nikki and her boo. Hey, Naughty Love.
Hey, Naughty Love.
How you doing, beautiful? All right, so let's have this conversation about Nikki. Now, Nikki got all dressed for the airport. Her friend came over and helped her. Look, she says, Naughty says, look at Aaron. Go, Aaron, go. So Nikki got all dressed up and went to the airport with her friend to go over there and to Moldova with her boo Justin. You're Justin now, with her boo Justin. So what do y'all think about Nikki? and her venture over there, and her first date that she got off the plane, saw her. Those flowers were beautiful. Oh my God, he did real good in the flowers.
They were. The thing that stuck out to me the most during their little date is the fact that he said that he wants them to go out more during the day than in the night. And I was confused about that because I thought that he would want to be seen with her more in the night than in the day so that everyone would be able to see exactly how she dresses, what her style is, because he said the women in Maldonia or wherever they are, they dress a lot more conservatively, and they don't dress up every day like they're going out for a night on the town. And that's clearly the way that Nikki presents herself at all times. But it made it strange to me that he would want to be seen out with her during the day more because he knows she still dresses like that during the day. She was dressed like that at their dinner. But that just kind of confused me. But also, I think Nikki needs to give Justin. I'm using air quotes Justin because that's not his real name. That's the name that she gave him. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. She's wrong for that one though. She's wrong for that one. But anyways, I wish that she would give Justin more grace. Yeah, I wish that she would give him, because he's doing everything a man with a trans woman should do in his position. He's letting his family and his friends know that she's trans. He's introducing them to introducing her to them. He's doing everything that he needs to do at this point. And I don't know why she's giving him pushback for wanting to be seen with her only in the day and not necessarily in the night. I don't know why she's having that issue with him, because he's doing literally everything that he can do at this point.
Go ahead, Reality. What's your thoughts on why he just wants to go out during the day and not the night?
Because it's not safe. I believe that it's not safe at nighttime. They have said that it's not safe for her to be out. Basically, I guess at night and in general, but like even at night, she dresses probably even more flashy, and he's probably more worried about that. And I think he was trying to be more actually trying to give her, like, say, I would, make her feel even better by saying that. I don't think he should have said it the way he said it, because we did get confused. She heard something different, though. She heard what she heard. She heard, you don't want to be seen with me. And that's not what he said. He just said it like, I think we should go out more during the day. And to me, that was like, you want to be seen with her. You want to be seen with her in her, that you're telling her that it doesn't matter. You want to be seen with her. And I think the nighttime thing was just a real being safe and being out, meeting more crazy people drinking in the bars. Like, you don't want to be out and have to deal with something like that, because you already said people are not accepting. But he is told he's doing all the right things. He is giving her, for somebody who didn't tell you what they were until you're in a fight and you got a whole visa, had this young boy come over and you got mad at him. You're mad at him?
Say that, Krista. Say that.
This boy was traumatized. And I agree. At first, Aaron, I was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But then when I heard how she did it, and then she kind of made it seem like we're not going to make this like the first visa problem. You fucked that up. Like,
all the way.
Like, poor Justin, that boy was 22 years old. Like, imagine that. Like, and then not only that, like, he's probably like the other shoe to drop. There's no other shoe to drop. Like, what else could happen? So like, he's doing everything. He thought about it. He grew up. He said, I've accepted it. My friends know about it. He said, she's beautiful. He said, I didn't know. He's like, I want to be with her. He's like, I'm traumatized. You know what I mean? Like, Nikki hears something different. She said, I'm insecure. I feel always neglected. She's always going to feel like she's not good enough. And I hate that for her. But she's going to project it on him.
Y'all say hello to Bianca. Hey, Bianca.
Hey, Bianca.
Hey, Bianca. Look, and you said a lot of truth there, Reality. And here's the thing that I think we have to understand too, what Nikki has gone through in her life as far as rejection. She's going through a lot of maybe public humiliation with people not understanding or accepting her being a trans and the decision she's making about her life and her body. And also, one of the most detrimental forms of rejection was from her mom. So probably dealing with all of that and thinking that every little thing that happens with an individual, including Justin, is a form of them trying to just reject her or reject her and so forth. But I also believe that she is asking him to move too fast for his part. He wants to just, take his time and stuff. And she's wanting, to me, when I saw it, it's kind of like, well, I'm going to do this. And I'm here. But he's like, listen, this is a whole nother country. We've got to be careful about stuff. That's the way I got it from him. And he's giving up a lot too. He's gave up a lot of his family said and friends left him. They're not talking to him anymore. They don't agree with his decision. He's got the one friend, thank God, that was there with the old men at the place playing the checkers or chess or whatever. So thank God he has that person. But he also is probably in the back of his head the backlash that he's going to get when people find out, that she's trans in another country. A lot of Americans, I don't think, thank you, Holy Spirit, a lot of Americans don't understand that America does a lot of leniency that other countries don't do. And so when we go to these other countries, we have to understand just because America is a soft landing place for everyone does not mean that those other countries are going to be a soft landing place or the individuals that are there. So I think sometimes because America accepts so much, it almost spoils the individual when they go to these other countries because they feel like, hey, I'm American, I can do it there, I can do it here. Some of these other countries, you got to be real careful about that stuff because some of them would even attempt to take your life, and you know, and those that are associated with you. So, you know, I get what Justin is saying. Yeah, let's go out during the daytime. Nighttime could be way too much, you know.
People drink, and you know, like what good happens after 10 o'clock at night anyway? You know what I mean? Like nothing good happens. Especially when he said it's not safe. And if you're gonna insist on dressing a certain way, we're gonna have to be careful because I care about your safety.
And she's probably gonna tone it up even more and put it up even more when it's nighttime.
So it's not like they're not hiding because there's cameras on them. People are gonna see. They're going to be noticed no matter what. They have cameras on them. Now they're going on show. They're going to be shown on TV. He's putting his whole life on TV. Ooh. How much more could he not be like, look, I want to be with you. Just can you give me some, no, please just not dress like that. He's not asking, you know, she's hearing something completely different. And I hate that for her because I love her. Like this, I feel so like, I love her. I just do. And
I feel like she hears everything through a lens of rejection. Because of what he was saying. He was saying that he wanted to only be seen with her and during the day and not at night. And as you said, Regina, she took that as you don't want to be seen with me at all. And I feel as though a lot of this is coming off as her being unappreciative. And for me, thinking of someone in the case that they're in, I hate to see someone of the LGBTQIA plus community seeming to be unappreciative of someone who is making a lot of sacrifices on their behalf. I hate to see that. And for her to not be just going along with everything that he's doing because he's doing everything right at this point, for her to give him any pushback at all is just a red flag for me. And it's like, you don't appreciate this man who lives in a completely other country from you, who found out you were trans because you were mad at him and you brought it up during an argument. And you're not thankful that this man is still with you and putting up with you after you revealed to him that you are trans during an argument. That is something that to me would have been like, okay, I'm out the door, lose my number, we're never talking again.
Seriously, think about that.
Because when you keep that from people, then that alleviates their option of choosing whether they want to be with you or not, with you being who you are. And so I hope to see a lot more appreciation from Nikki in the future.
And let me say this, and then I'll come up to Aaron and then back down to reality and over to Dustin. I want to say this. Justin, they did break up when they found out. I think it was a few years that they did break up. But one thing that Justin said in his confessional was this. He said he started studying about the LGBTQIA+. He started learning about trans. He started getting materials to teach him about it. And he said when he educated himself on it, it gave him basically another thought. Not in those words, but per se. So I love that he didn't just block it out and say, I don't want nothing to do with this. He educated himself on it. And so I gave him kudos when he did that because I was like, he's not just dropping this saying, forget this. He said, I want to learn more about this. Let me not just take the stigma that the world have told me. Let me learn this for myself. What does this entail and so forth? So him taking the time to educate, I loved it. Go ahead. We'll go over to reality and then up to Aaron.
No, I agree. Like, he is like, I was so proud of him when he said that. I was like, he's doing everything right. Cause I really believe like, he was in love with her and from the very beginning. And just imagine that moment that he finds that out. Like, just think, like, God, I can't even just, like, I don't know, like, my heart just drops right there just thinking about it, like, and then to him to go home and really put some effort into it, like, really want to learn. He said, I had to question my own sexuality. Like, I don't know, like, I had to figure this out. And, you know, like, I don't like the fact that she pays for her surgeries, but I guess I don't, maybe she offers him the money. You know that she pays for all his plastic surgery.
For his too.
I mean, but
she's a sugar mama from what the friend said.
Yeah. And I feel like she just needs to, like, it's a shame because, like you said, she does, like Jonathan, she hears everything from a lens of rejection, which that's what I mean. Like, she hears some completely different. And I just hope that, like, you know, that it, you know, she just lightens up and just really, like, gives him, like, the grace that he deserves. Because, my God, like, she just told him, like, it was no big deal. Hey, guys, blah, blah, blah. You know, no big deal. Like, you still think, he still thinks nothing of it. She thinks it was his fault.
But we're probably going to learn more about that later on. And I think Nikki's actions have to do with her past. I mean, there's always a reasoning for it. But I think she needs to see that it has to do with her past so that she can fix it for her future. Aaron, go ahead. We'll go with you and then over to Dustin.
I really like this couple. I'm waiting to learn more. When it came to the surgeries and stuff, I was curious why she didn't bring up the fact that she's been paying for the plastic surgeries. And I'm wondering, because she has had so many, and she says she advises people on it. Did she advise him to get the surgeries? I'd be willing to ask that question. She obviously wants him to look a certain way. So were the surgeries his choice or her more like, hey, you need to get this done. I've had it done. So before I judge him on the surgeries, I'd be more like, I want to ask those questions and know who wanted the surgeries in the first place and whose idea it was. So that's my opinion on that. And I like everything he's doing so far. I'm wondering, because she says it's more about the physical stuff. We did see that he did kiss her and stuff in the airport, and she didn't think he would. She thought it would be like an 80-year-old man. We didn't see that. We have seen in the clips going forward that they do talk about their sex lives, that he does have trouble. So you have to give her some grace on that. And I'm just trying to wait and learn a little bit more while they're together and then judge some more.
And I want to say one more thing about Nikki. Nikki comes across to me as someone who's entitled, who feels entitled. And that's another thing that frustrates me about the LGBTQIA plus community. Some of us feel entitled because we've been through so much. We feel that the world owes us. And the truth of the matter is the world doesn't owe us anything but respect. And so for me, for her, she's sounding ungrateful. I think that's the word that I was looking for. She's sounding like she's ungrateful for all the things that he's doing for her. And I hope that changes.
I like that point, Jonathan. Dustin, are you there?
I'm here.
Go ahead. Your thoughts.
My thoughts are this. I do agree with what everybody else is saying, but I do want to add my point onto it.
Yes.
They are definitely got a roller coaster of a relationship. I think that they're possibly gonna make it if they talk about what their issues are. But I just have a feeling that if they do make it, I don't think it's gonna be a long time relationship.
Interesting. Well, Robin said this, and we'll think on this for next week also. Robin said we need to hone in on the truth of Nikki and Justin's relationship. The man suggests that he was groomed. Oh my goodness.
Boy. You know what? Oh boy. That's something. You know what? Because the fact that she didn't tell him bothers me really badly. To bring him over there, away from his family at that age is fucking it. I'm sorry for cursing, but like that just really got me when she acted like it was no big deal and it was like his fault. We're not going to make it like the first time. Okay, well, how much worse could it get? Like, I don't know. What do you mean, Nikki? Like, I want her to like calm down because I really think he wants to be with her and he's trying. Like, but like that. Oh shit! I didn't even think of that, Robin.
I know, Aaron. I know. Our reality. Aaron said this in the chat. She said, "Thank you, Dustin, for this great idea of covering the 90 days."
Thank you. You're welcome, Aaron. And
thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jonathan, for being here. I'm sorry, I'm kind of.
You can't see
I'm kind of in a downward, not having a very good day. So thank you for being here and supporting.
No problem.
All right.
Anytime.
We're going to be back next week as we continue to have a chat about this. Now, it's supposed to be heating up a little bit next week on 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, I can't wait.
Me neither.
Thank you for lifting me up. Thank you for lifting me up, Juice, Jonathan, and Aaron, and everybody else. So thank you for lifting me up. It's been a rough day.
Oh, go ahead and laugh. Well, we're about to get out of here for now, but we're going to be back next week. Remember to hit that notification bell so you'll be reminded when we go live. I want to thank everyone on the panel for being here today as we have this conversation, and I invite you all back again next week. And thank you all who are in the chat for being here as well. We look forward to having more conversation on the 90 Day Fiance franchise because there's so much more that's going on over there. But y'all have a blessed evening, you guys, on the count of three.
I hope I see everybody on the panel next week.
Yeah,
this is my favorite. It's my favorite one of the week.
I love it. All right, you guys, on the count of three, we're going to say good night. Ready? One, two, three.
You hang up first. You hang up first.
Love her.
Do you enjoy smooth jazz saxophone? T.D. McCullum has 2 singles available with more to come. The first is an original song called Groove With Me, featuring the classic sounds of Washington, D.C. go-go and his smooth jazz saxophone. The second is called Drunk on Love, a smooth jazz saxophone cover of Rihanna's Drunk on Love from her 2011 Talk That Talk album. Both are available on all major streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube Music, and more. Add them to your favorite library and playlist today. And follow Tyrone on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Mr. T.D. McCullum for your music and bookings. JoJo Speaks is a YouTube channel that goes live every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. with hot topics and social commentary. Come join the Light of the Leo, Mr. T.D. McCullum, and our good friend Mike, Mr. Real 121, for fun and JoJo's unique spin on today's top stories. Go to YouTube, subscribe, like, share, and comment. If you are struggling to figure out who you are and where you're heading, but need a little light to bring you back on track, subscribe to the Light of the Leo for some healing and real conversation. Here is where you will find encouragement and the reminder that you are not alone. Continue your journey to freely be yourself at all times with the Light of the Leo. She goes live Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with her co-host, accountability partner, and little bro, JoJo Speaks. Join Faithful Warrior Ministries for our family and friends Saturday morning prayer. Every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a great time catching up, sharing testimonies, and having transparent, real conversations about life. We encourage each other and show how we can fit God into each equation of our lives. Enjoy a devotional reading and family prayer. You have a prayer family with Faithful Warrior Ministries. Subscribe on YouTube at Faithful Warrior Ministries, and on Facebook, like us at Faithful Warrior Men. That's M-I-N as in Ministries. Join Pastor Lorenzo Evans and Living in Grace Ministries. The messages are not social media driven. They teach what's true and not what's popular. Living in Grace Ministries goes live every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube to Living in Grace Ministries and click on the notification bell. Pastor Lorenzo also has It Takes a Village podcast on the first and third Saturday of each month, pushing to bring back the village concept. We are more powerful when we are united. Together we stand, and division is not an option. A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.